In today's episode, let us explore Paman Rao Patel's miraculous transformation into Swami Sai Sharananand. Baba, in his divine way, turned this ordinary man into an ardent devotee who dedicated his life to spreading Baba's teachings across many regions. Swami Sai Sharananandji was also blessed with the rare honor of installing Sai Baba's idol in the Sanctum Sanctorium of Shirdi on October 7th, 1954, coinciding with Vijayadashmi, precisely 36 years after Baba's Mahasamadhi. Om Sai Ram, welcome to Shirdi Sai Baba Satsang. Vaman Rao's transformation story is taken from the sacred book Sri Shirdi Sainath Bhagavatam, written by an ardent devotee of Baba, Srimati Pavani Nirmala Prabhavati ji, in Telugu language. Vaman Rao Patel was born in Gujarat and from a young age was a devoted worshipper of Lord Shiva. He frequently visited the Someshwar temple and recited Shiva Stotras with deep reverence. One day while singing, he suddenly fell into a divine trance and saw a radiant fakir filled with divine light. The fakir smiled, raised his hand in blessing, and conveyed a silent message: "You will come to me. You have a great purpose to fulfill." The vision ended, leaving Vaman Rao wondering about its meaning. Years later, in 1911, at 22, he visited Shirdi for the first time while waiting for his law examination results. The moment he saw Baba, his heart filled with peace and a profound realization of the eternal truth. He felt no births or deaths, only the Supreme Divine, Ekam Parabrahma. Suddenly, he stood before Baba, who smiled and said, "Vaman Rao, prostrate at my feet." At that moment, he recognized Baba as the same fakir he had seen in his vision at the Somnath temple. With devotion, he bowed to Baba as he would to Lord Somnath. Baba instructed him to stay at Dikshitwada and visit the Shala school where Radhakrishna Mai lived to gain spiritual knowledge. Baba explained that even the most educated scholars who came to him were sent there for enlightenment. While resting at Dikshitwada that night, Vaman Rao reflected on how the fakir and the Baba were the same in his vision. The following day, he visited Radhakrishna Mai and introduced himself. She immediately recognized that Baba had sent him, as she had already heard from Abdullah about his arrival. On seeing Radhakrishna Mai, he felt like he was gazing upon goddess Annapurneshwari herself. Radhakrishna Mai was a great devotee of Baba who saw him as everything: her mother, father, guru, God, husband, and the remover of sins, Harta. She had lost her husband at a young age and had no family except an aging grandfather. Despite Baba's occasional harsh treatment, throwing stones, scolding, using harsh words, she never wavered in her devotion, knowing that everything Baba did was for her ultimate good. She explained to Vaman Rao that only those with deep faith and patience, Shraddha and Saburi, could endure Baba's tests and receive his grace. She shared a powerful incident about Mr. Sathe, a well educated and influential devotee. Once, when he visited her, he was momentarily overcome by desire and tried to misbehave with her. In her fear, she mentally cried out, "Sai Maharaj!" Immediately, Baba pulled Sathe back with great force and scolded him harshly. Realizing his mistake, Sathe begged for forgiveness and promised to respect her as a mother. Later, Baba blessed Radhakrishna Mai for her unwavering devotion, proving once again that he protects his true devotees. Vaman Rao listened to these teachings and realized that serving a guru requires complete surrender, patience, and faith. Even Baba's scoldings and tests were meant to purify and guide his devotees. Through Radhakrishna Mai, he learned that the ego must be destroyed to attain proper knowledge and spiritual liberation, moksha. He began to see Baba as a visible God and Radhakrishna Mai as a genuine Guru Mata. During his stay in Shirdi, Vaman Rao passed his law examination. When he informed Baba, Baba blessed him with Kalakand, a sweet as prasad. Radhakrishna also imparted another valuable lesson. Food is meant to sustain life, not to become the focus of life. She emphasized that a devotee's body should be maintained only for spiritual progress and to serve others with kindness. After spending 11 months in Shirdi, Vaman Rao returned to Gujarat with Baba's permission, promising to spread Baba's teachings across Gujarat. True to his word, he devoted his life in propagating Sai Baba's divine Leelas. He later authored books on Baba, including Guru Smriti in Gujarati and Sai Baba in the same language. He wrote a book in English on Sai Baba the Superman. In 1953, after passing his wife and children, he renounced worldly life and became a sannyasi, ascetic in Dakor, Gujarat, adopting the name Swami Sai Sharanand. He firmly believed Baba was not just a Hindu or Muslim saint, but an incarnation of Supreme Divine Brahma. He tirelessly worked to spread Baba's teachings. A monumental historic moment came on October 7th, 1954, when he was chosen to install Sai Baba's idol in Shirdi's Sanctum Sanctorium. The idol, sculpted by Balaji Vasantalim, is the same sacred image we all bow before, feeling like we are in Baba's presence. After years of dedicated service, Swami Sai Sharanand merged with Baba on August 25th, 1982 in Ahmedabad at the age of 93. A Samadhi shrine was built in his honor, marking the resting place of one of Baba's greatest devotees. Through Baba's divine grace, a person from Gujarat was led to Shirdi, transformed into an enlightened soul, and became a messenger of Baba's love and wisdom. Even today, his efforts have blessed countless devotees. Let us thank this great devotee who realized Baba's greatness and helped countless others experience his divine blessings. Let us also apply Vaman Rao's lessons from Radhakrishna in our lives: surrender to Baba, shed ego, practice Shraddha and Saburi, and experience true peace. We'll meet again in the next episode with another fantastic story of Baba's divine blessings. Om Sai Ram.